In this video I put together some of the best value luxury watches you can buy in 2025. I purposely said luxury as I will be featuring expensive watches. Now value in watches is something that could be very subjective. I think that all models in this video well worth the retail, but what's even better, all of them are an absolute bargain on the secondary market. So let's get to it. The very first watch on the list is the watch that I have in my collection for several years. It's the Omega Railmaster, the latest iteration. Railmaster never was a popular model from Omega and seemed like its destiny, the cycle of being discontinued and brought back again. Round and round we go. This gives me hope that we will see a new updated Railmaster sometime soon. The regular recent Railmaster had 3 variations with blue denim dial, black and silver. There were few other cool Railmaster models as part of the Omega 1957 trilogy set. Absolutely fantastic watch as well and well worth checking out. The watch is discontinued, but some ADs may still have Railmasters in stock. But on the secondary market goes for well under retail, minus 50% in some cases. The latest Seamaster Railmaster is a very simple looking watch at the first glance. It's not flashy in any way. The black and blue dial models have more contrast and more prominent on the wrists. The silver model is the most stealth among 3 of them. Despite simple look, the watch is built like a tank and has all great specs a modern watch can offer today. The watch is fully brushed with no polished parts, which instantly give this Omega a true tool look. The vertically brushed silver dial has a very cool chameleon feature, as the dial changes pretty dramatically in different lights. It is not a sandwich dial like some other Omega models, but it looks like markers places are cut out and filled with false patina color lume. The lume has a very pleasant blue color when it glows in the dark. The watch is 40 mm in diameter, but I would say it were smaller thanks to short 46.6 mm lug to lug distance. The watch is not thin with its 12.4 thickness, but still comfortable on my 17 cm wrist. Inside the watch is ticking Omega's caliber 8806. It's an anti-magnetic automatic meta certified movement with approximately 55 hours of power reserve. The same movement is used in other Omega watches like Seamaster 300 models without a date. No Time to Die model is a good example. With 150 meters of water resistance, you can be sure that your Railmaster will handle any activity and help you navigate your daily life. It's a really great under-radar watch with a good value at retail, and especially good at discount or at secondary market prices. Breguet is probably one of the most underrated luxury brands right now. Breguet designs are not quite resonate with many watch enthusiasts and especially people who got into a hobby recently. When I got into watches more than 20 years ago, I was fascinated by many Breguet models. Many years passed and I still like many of their models. Today Breguet is probably the most traditional luxury watch brand out there, traditional in terms of the design and perception. And this brand is completely out of hype. The Breguet design probably doesn't speak to the same wide audience as Patek, Audemars and Vacheron. But you can buy a really great horology watch for the fraction of market price of competitors. Breguet is a great watch brand with rich history that was founded long before Patek Philippe, Rolex or Audemars Piguet. The brand is responsible for many watch complications we know today. The brand belonged to the Swatch Group alongside Blancpain, Omega and Jack Drawes. And it still produces very cool high-end and complicated watches. Most of Breguet watches features high-grade, finished movements and different patterns of guilloche dials. It's a true high horology brand and retail prices are well reflect that. But unlike other counterparts, Breguet watches are available for the most part. But when it truly shines is on the secondary market. Especially if we take Breguet sports watches like Type 20 and Marine. I reviewed a Breguet Type 21 Flyback Chronograph, and it's a fantastic watch with exceptional finishing. The design might not be everyone's cup of tea, but if you like Breguet watches, you should give it a closer look to their sports models, where you get tough watches with high horology package. The watch is inspired by the 20th century Breguet pilots watches, and it has a very robust design. The watch doesn't feel fragile, and I wouldn't have a problem wearing this Breguet every day. The watch is packed with complications and specs. First, it comes with 100 meters of water resistance, which is very good for luxury chronograph. And not just chronograph, flyback automatic chronograph. Flyback, it's a complication where you can restart chronograph from zero instantly without stopping it first. As a pilot watch, it has a bidirectional rotating bezel. With its 42mm case and 15.3 thickness, the watch is not small, but it was quite comfortable on my 17cm wrist and it grew on me while I had it for a review. I think that model sits well on my wrist and I can see myself sporting it with no problem. Check out my full review of that Breguet if you like. So if you are looking for a great high horology piece that can be your everyday watch or potential heirloom, check out Breguet. Girard Perregaux is another perfect example of a very good high horology brand with rich history that doesn't get much attention. There's no hype around the brand and its watches, which means watches are available and you may be able to snatch a great high horology GP model for 40 to 50% off the retail. Laureato Chronograph is one of my favorite luxury sports chronographs and you can actually buy one. I've had a watch in my possession for some time and I fell in love with this very cool chronograph with integrated bracelet. It's a very good looking watch with great ergonomics. It's not a small watch with its 42mm case size, but this octagonal, brushed and polished complex case with tapered integrated bracelet fits and looks great on the wrist. Now what's interesting is that regular Laureato seemed a bit large for my wrist, probably because of more empty space on the dial. But with the chrono I don't have this feeling. Where this watch really shines is the case thickness. It's only 12mm and it's very impressive for an automatic chronograph. It's a super elegant sports chronograph with clou de Paris pattern on a dial, applied markers with lume and date window between 4 and 5 o'clock. I really enjoyed having this watch for review and I would be happy to add it to my collection. In the world dominated by Royal Oaks and Nautilus's Laureato is that cool underdog that combines style, heritage and craftsmanship. The result is brilliant. Another underdog in the world of luxury watches is Glashutte Original. Glashutte is a luxury watch brand from Germany, and they make fantastic watches. Watches with exceptional design, and if you're stuck in that imaginary Rolex waitlist or tired of scrolling through Omega and Tudor watches, it's time to take a closer look at Glashutte Original. While some folks out there think of Glashutte as a poor man's Lange, I don't share that thought. With GO you can be covered for all type of watches. CQ if you need a diver. Senator collection for dress and complicated watches Ipano collection for that well-known asymmetric dial design watches. That probably is my favorite collection with PanoMaticLunar that I'd love to add to the collection someday. Another great model is the 70s chronograph Panorama Date, the watch that embodies many cool features. It's a luxury sports chronograph with the integrated bracelet design. The watch is very well designed and finished. It's an automatic flyback chronograph with power reserve indicator and double-digit panorama date, which is cool to see in action. Despite many features, the dial designed well and has the perfect symmetry. The watch is not thin, but I think that the thickness is justified a considering amount of complications the watch has. The watch wears larger and it's a pretty thick beast at 14.1mm. For the sake of comparison, Tudor Black Bay Pro is 14.6mm thick. The retail is very close to other more popular watches with integrated bracelets like GP Laureato and Chopard Alpine Eagle. But I would say that 70s chronograph have more value for the price. The same with other Glashutte Original models. They are absolute bang for the buck at retail and a bargain on the secondary market. While Glashutte Original is known to watch enthusiasts, it's still often a forgotten gem that deserves way more recognition. Whether you love precision engineering, unique designs, or just want a break from the usual suspects, Glashutte Original has something for you. So these are some of the best value bargain luxury watches in 2025. It's far from full list of course, as there are other interesting offerings on the market. What are your thoughts on the featured models? Which one you like the best and which one would you add to a collection? If you have any other bargain luxury watch suggestions, drop a comment down below. Thank you for watching and happy collecting.